Okay, we are back. Second map of the opening game here in the ESL Challenger Katowice closed qualifier. Both these teams in pursuit of that final spot up for grabs at the main event. My name's Hayes. I'm joined by the wonderful Nick, and we're into the pistol round. It is the map pick of looking for Orgnick, and they need to answer back here after losing on Ancient.
Definitely, I could not agree with you more. To keep things in context for people, GODSENT have played Mirage 6 times in the past 3 months and they've won it once. So whether they can double that or not is going to be up for question, but Rusty's going to open things up for us.
Yeah, and Joel finds another kill. There's also another player in towards mid here. It's Fade 8, but he's kind of been left to his own devices. There's another player rotating through lowers. Finally, a frag goes the way of the T side, but Smets just left with a single point of health. Just one. Uno. And not for much longer either. Lightning is now the last player left remaining. He's got the bomb on his back, but this is a superb start to the map coming through from GODSENT. Lightning will be dealt with as well. And GODSENT are going to be riding that high from Ancient into Mirage.
I think it's such a good start from GODSENT, the fact that they get that round on the CT pistol. So just to paint a picture for the people watching this, I want you to keep your eyes on ZTR. He is the con player for GODSENT. And when you think about GODSENT rather, and you think about their go-to fraggers, I doubt ZTR's in the first 2, arguably 3 names that pop up. So ZTR's performance, I think his fragging performance will directly correlate with how well GODSENT do on the CT side, or whether he wins or loses those end duels. We'll have a really good understanding of where GODSENT find themselves.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. When we saw Monty play on this map, I can't remember who exactly it was against, and they told Boros to just run con every single round because they knew that
it was
the
against
IGL
Cloud9. They were
was
like,
against Cloud9, and
plays con.
was playing con. There we go. That was in the RMR, I think. And they just sent Boros connector every round, and he just won the gunfight out. So we have seen that become a very common approach. When you know there's a slightly weaker player playing connector, the T side can look to exploit that. But ZTR was up to scratch on Ancient, right? 19 for 15, had a few impressive individual rounds there as well. So yeah, he will certainly be tested, and we'll see if he's able to stand up to the task or not. It is a full eco here for LFO. Nick, you a fan of going for the full eco on the T side if you don't get the bomb plant?
For sure. I think there's maybe 1 in 10 times you would think about maybe if someone gets 2 kills, you drop a Galil or you drop an AK, depending on what happens, and the other guy gets Kevlar. But I think on a map like on Mirage, it's very seldom that the level of these players get caught out by A contacts or B pops, right? I think the protocols are too good, the map is too well versed and well played, that these sort of things are going to catch people out. So majority of the time, if you were to force in the second round, I think you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, now it's gone a bit. They've lost two guns. This is the round where it should be easy. It should be 4-3 up. Rusty's naded himself. Drake is just going to go farming, so we'll see. He's been dinked. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. I'm getting stressed over nothing. I really
but
there's no way
it's not over nothing. You're validly stressed right now. Draken will recover the A1S, so at least they do carry the 2 M4s into the next round here. But if you're LFO, I mean, 2 frags in your hard eco, you take that every single day of the week, because that's going to have some economic implications for GODSENT now, right? That means this isn't a bonus round anymore. This is an all-in gun round for them. If they lose this, they get fully reset.
The only thing I would have liked to see from LFO come into this round is maybe one guy with the Galil, either Chiron, Smet, or Fade. I feel like one guy with a Galil and a full belt of utility is better than maybe one guy with an AK and just a smoke. But that might just be a stylistic and a playstyle sort of thing, so neither here nor there. But Joel's already opened things up. First gun round, the opening kill goes the way of GODSENT. This fight towards mid goes... Oh, Joel's getting another. We spoke about Joel and the importance he has. He's already opened things up. He's firing hot in the start of the second map.
Oh no, the taps are just off there for Lightning. He's taken so much damage, and Draken just peeks out with the USP. GODSENT, they're feeling it still, man. We saw them have a phenomenal run of form from 5 all on Ancient to go on to win the map, 16-7. That is a nice shot there from AV. Dolphin spots it out as well. The peak to come through from AV will get another frag. So he's actually blown the door wide open on the round all of a sudden. C4 still has to be recovered. AV playing around the smoke. I thought he actually spotted the player towards the marker door there. Looks like Draken saw him cross. He's got the information. He doesn't want to give the fight up though. No timing. What's it going to be like here? Either way, Draken is being pursued right now. AV. Oh my god, spotted out just in time. Draken will disembark the scene. The bomb is heading back towards A right now, running through. ZTR is running away from that very part of the map. This round is all over the show.
Yeah, and the fact that Smet's got a molly, I think it would be super interesting. I would assume it's a default plant or maybe an inverse, but default's most likely. He's going to take this default plant, and I assume he's going to try take one sort of fight towards connector. If he wins his first gunfight, I think it's going to be super, super, super tough for GODSENT to win this round. But depending on where he maneuvers to, and he's unseen crossing towards CT, so now all of a sudden GODSENT got to think to themselves, where can this guy be? We think he's towards the left side of the map. We've got smoke, 2 flashes, and 2 HEs. Where they're going to get put, maybe a smoke towards pallets, a flash towards CT. It does look like that is, and if they have a 1 flash and this peak should be nullified completely. There's the HE. They know where he is now. Should be pretty easy. Plopsky coming in with the kill and a 3rd round on the board for GODSENT. And I think it's super interesting. Joel, we've spoken about his performance on Ancient. He wasn't quite up there, but it was fine because you had Rusty, Plopsky, and ZTR doing the heavy lifting. But on a map like Mirage, rather, CT side, you can't just have your cat player falling off, which is a position Joel plays, right? You have to have him firing at all cylinders, and he's had a really good start.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be a big boost of confidence for him. He didn't have to do huge amounts on Ancients. Plopsky and Rusty were the chief destroyers on that map. But considering his position here on the CT side, he absolutely is going to have to be a part of the winning recipe. Just want to update everybody, including you, Nick. By the way, Domination have won the first map against NIP 1612. They are up 1-0 in the series right now, and we cast the loser of this game against the loser of that game after this match. So that is an incredibly scary prospect for NIP to be down 0-1. That major hangover is having some serious implications for them. Ho2 leads big 14-11, soon to be 14-12. And Movistar Riders beat Ecstatica the first map 16-10. Just to update everybody on the other ESL Challenger Katowice close qualifier matches going on. GODSENT, they've got themselves in control of middle right now, but they've had to use quite a lot of their utility in the process. Joel finds the first frag. Chiron doesn't immediately swing. Joel was ready for it with the pre-fire, just narrowly off the mark. Chiron beats him back to flash. Joel so blind. He will go down. And that is a 4v4.
I feel like that gunfight took a lot longer than it needed to. It had me a bit stressed.
Yes.
But Smet, in the meantime, got tagged for 93 up in Palace. And I mean, Plopsky's pushed the issue. So they knew where one of those players were. They knew they just lost control of the ladder position, and Draken's opened things up. And I must say, Draken's been a name that we haven't mentioned, right? He wasn't a player that took Ancient by the scruff of the neck, but when you think about GODSENT, prior to this game starting, we said Joel and Draken are the 2 players to look at. Draken's been pretty much dormant. However, 5-1 starts on the CT side of Mirage. He's got that AWP, he's feeling himself. He might be the big X factor that GODSENT need to win this map out. But he's looking towards
Couldn't agree with you more, though. Yeah, not expecting a re-aggression to come through from Palace because Plopsky got the kill there a little bit earlier on. And Plopsky's tucked in towards ramp right now. Does he peek out to deny the plant, or does he wait for his teammates? He's going to employ the latter. Makes sense. Play the long game right now. He might get a frag for 3. Spade 8 heads in that direction. No! Big gunfight, one up by Spade 8. And all of a sudden, the script has been flipped. It's a 2 versus 2. Has to be a retake from Rusty and ZTR. There are kits in play, but that's not the problem. It's a great crossfire setup here between the 2 remaining players for the T side. 1 CT, 1 ramp. GODSENT are still trying to figure out where the remaining, one of the 2 remaining players are. Chiron blind and ZTR.
Not planted for ramp.
Gets the kill. They have to stick to the defuse. Not planted for ramp. That's a disaster. Spade gets the kill on the first, but Rusty will complete the defuse. And that's because ZTR offers his life up. It forces Spade to take the extra second in transition to deny the defuse.
I think all credit goes to looking for Orc that round, right? It was a 2v4. They brought it all the way back to a 1v or a 2v1 1v1, right? And I think the communication there from GODSENT had to be on point. I'm flashing CT, you take the control, I'm going to stick the bomb. They knew that the guy was towards ramp because he threw that lurk smoke out. So as soon as that gunfight towards CT was won, it becomes super tough from looking forward to win that round. But overall, a really good job from ZTR and Rusty to be back. But all of a sudden, looking forward, they've bought again. It's their 3rd round in a row. They've changed up the pace towards mid, and ZTR is going to be the first player to get contact. Or it's Draken, and then it's Rusty. And then all of a sudden, it's a 5v3.
I mean, GODSENT have started these rounds really well, but we have seen a few shaky endings to the round. You think about AV's attempt in the B-bomb site where he gets a couple kills, that previous 2v4 as well. So it's all good and well starting off the rounds in strong fashion, but they have to also be able to finish them off. Smet seems like he has the inclination that Plopsky's underneath Palace Crosshair. Hard trained on that angle. And in the meantime, Spade8's got another. Nick, it's happening again, man. Another great start to the round coming through here for GODSENT. And it looks like it's going to be squandered, especially if Smet can get the clearance here on Plopsky, which he will. Oh my god, 5v3 turn into a 2v3. Joel and Rusty, and I think they're just going to bunker down and call it a day.
And I mean, it just comes down to ZTR losing that con fight, right? I mean, they saw that a guy was jumping early window. They killed him. That was Rusty getting that kill towards Cat. And ZTR was sort of stuck between two minds in con. He obviously dropped that one way, which the CTs love to do, so they can play around the one way, fight towards top mid or under window. But when the guys are up Cat, that one way gets pretty much nullified, and ZTR loses that frag. It turns things into a 4v3 instead of a 3v5, and then another gunfight goes their way with the contact out ramp, a 3v3, and then all of a sudden another gunfight being won, and that 5v3 gets absolutely squandered from GODSENT. And that might be the chink in the armor that we were speaking about before, just straight up losing these aim duels against Looking for Org. I mean, now they've got Chiron in the team. We've spoken as to whether, is it an upgrade, is it not an upgrade? Probably like for like with Super, right? But losing these gunfights against Looking for Org, where it looks like they are superior mechanically at least, it might be really tough for GODSENT if they lose these contact plays.
Especially when you get in such advantageous positions. They did just continue to offer up the fights though, and they were punished for it as a result. So huge props to LFO. After coming incredibly close in the round prior to that, they did a lot of economic damage, and you can see the effect of that here with their investment for GODSENT. We know that Mirage has been a brutally difficult map for them though in the past couple of months. I mean, ever since the inception of this roster, ultimately, they've played it 6 times in the past 3 months. They've only won it once. That win coming against Illuminar, and that was a good 2 months ago. In fact, over 2 months ago, Nick. So it's been rough, you know, losing 16-4 to OG, 16-9 to OG, 16-9 to Eternal Fire. They did have a 22-20 loss to Domination, so at least they were able to put up a decent fight there. And they tend to have better performances on their T side than their CT side, only just. So they just have to survive the CT side here, in my opinion, mate. That's their main goal. And again, they found the opening kill, but that hasn't been a rare occasion, or occurrence, should I say.
Yeah, I mean, Chiron trying to change up the pace, or not change up the pace, but go with the same sort of similar ideas as they did the previous round, fast towards middle. But we call that position ROPS or missiles. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's that position towards triple. He's trained on towards that fast cat, and Chiron instantly gets tagged down with the scout down to 30 HP, finished by the con guy. And now all of a sudden, you're scratching your heads if you're looking for Orc. You don't really have too much map control. Your utility's pretty much gone to the bin, but I say they don't have map control, but now they have completely middle. They seem to regress towards that area, but it does look like it's going to be a B end from them. The AWPer, ZTR's been spotted out jump spotting, but ZTR's got the same amount of info that his predecessor has in the previous side. Thrown towards middle. They know one player towards apps, one player towards B. Oh, ZTR's, he's blind, but he wins that gunfight.
Wow, I mean, the mobility there of the MP9 really comes in clutch for him, because it was a great flashbang to blind ZTR up. Fade8's taking damage. It's another 5 versus 3 here, Nick. This time, GODSENT have to convert. And they are still kind of giving up a few fights right now with the positions they're assuming. There we go. That's exactly what I was referring to. Joel on Catwalk. ZTR has got some support from Rusty. AK in play. Takes the contact.
Good
ZTR
stuff.
peeks off the back of it. That's textbook Counter-Strike right there.
Really good. The bob and weave, the U-take contact, I-take contact, really good stuff from GODSENT coming out. And Draken finishes off with the USP towards middle. He's able to upgrade from the scout towards the AK. And while it might have gone pear-shaped the previous round, for GODSENT that is, losing that 5v3, they were able to bring it back nicely. It was a bit of a rough buy. They had Plopsky on the Deagle, but he didn't take contact throughout the whole round. ZTR with the MP9, as you spoke about, the mobility that weapon possesses rather, he was able to get that frag out. And now, looking for Org, they're down to 2 Galils, 3 AKs, 1 Galil without any utility. It becomes super tough for them again, but they know they can win the aim fights, and we'll see if they win them again this round.
Really big round for GODSENT to win in the grand scheme of things, just to make sure they don't allow LFO to start to open up the door here on the T side. Obviously, they win a round, but losing the round immediately afterwards kind of puts them back to square one. If GODSENT can win this one as well, that will put them in phenomenal stead here on their opponent's map pick. Again, stock standard approach to the round here, right? For LFO. Middle control, the name of the game. This is their default. They look to play out 3 in towards mid. A player on the opposite side of the map, just patrolling, essentially. Or the disassemble of the boost there would have been heard by AW, so at least we'll give a little bit of information that they can try and use as to how they want to progress through the round. And it looks like it's going to be a B split on the card. C4 recovered. And GODSENT are fairly vulnerable to this with nobody playing forward towards Cat. They won't have this information.
Oh, ZTR getting that kill towards Spade 8 means that a little bit of the split is nullified, but Chiron's position towards Con might be good. Lightning's creeped up Cap, but Rusty was wiser for it. And AW wins that gunfight, but there's no ways they're gonna suspect Joel in this position. I don't think Jail's one of the positions that you're gonna be thinking about. He gets the kill on AW, and I actually thought GODSENT looked to be in a pretty rough position that round, considering the CT positionings. They were playing a sort of 2-1-2. They had ZTR in limbo. If he didn't get contact towards ladder, it would have been completely different. But Chiron's creeped all the way up through the smoke. Draken's none the wiser. Plopsky's behind the smoke, but he hears the footsteps. Draken kills him, and Smet, he wins the gunfight. He's gonna get the bomb plant, but I doubt he gets the round win.
Yeah, just the spray through the smoke from ZTR will finish off the job. Would have loved the bomb plant, would have subsidized the buy coming into the next round for LFO. Now it's going to have to be a bit of a half buy. And this is going to give so much confidence to GODSENT, man. The fact that they're leading 6-1 on a map that they've historically struggled on so much. It's just good to see how they've seamlessly transitioned from Ancient here into Mirage.
I'm really interested to see GODSENT's approach on the CT side. They've been playing really conservatively towards middle. They just have a guy starting there towards Con, towards window at the start of the round, and then they're pretty much playing these 3-2/2-1-2 setups. So I think it does make, Rusty with some nice movements. He's going to take an aggro peek towards Apps, and this might be the best thing to nullify this B pop early. Molly in hand for AW, but he misses the spray. HE in response now. Can he buy time for his teammates?
That is certainly the plan. Good damage done by Rusty. This is where Joel needs to come into the equation. Only 3 bullets left, though, and he will land the final bullet in the magazine as he taps down AW. Draken gets in on the equation as well, as he will find the final frag. And I mean, GODSENT's actually dealt with that pretty well, considering how much chaos was going on that B bomb site.
Oh yeah, for sure. But now that the gun round's coming in from looking for Org, I was talking about the conservative approach that GODSENT have towards middle. I think it opens up a mid-aggression coming out from them because they've been having the opposite back towards triple on A, and they've been playing 2 guys towards B at the start, and pretty much the most aggressive player being that Cat player. An early mid-aggression could be something they look to open their eyes to, maybe a lowest play of some sort or something like this, but it looks like they're attacking the extremities rather. We've got a double ramp push coming out from Plopsky and ZTR, getting that information early. Whether they want to stay in the setup or give it up completely is obviously up to them.
Yeah.
But again, super conservative towards middle. 3 players towards A. They're locked down the A bomb site. They're making sure Drake has the eyes towards Con. Almost gets the kill through the smoke. But it makes him super susceptible to these B splits, right? And Chiron,
Yes,
if he has a good idea on a lurk time that he can find, becomes super tough for GODSENT to win out this round.
I do like the fact that GODSENT are at least taking deep control in towards ramp because they know they aren't contesting middle, so they have to make moves elsewhere on the map. They know LFO have consistently put numbers in towards mid, but look at Chiron's position in deep jungle. Plopsky's gone on an explorative mission. That's cost him his life. And LFO, they can't afford to lose the round from here, Nick. They're in such a good position right now, but they have lost Lightning. 45 seconds left on the clock. They will start to make their way towards AZTR in the corner, finds the first. At least that gives Spade 8
Rusty, you saw it!
Chiron, wait, no,
16
Rusty! Oh my god. How I don't even know if you can blame that on 4x3. He was in the middle of his screen. Rusty will go back in the direction, but he's been baited back by AB. What's so rough is Chiron will only now be able to make good of his position, Nick. Chiron would have wanted to do so much more, considering he had gotten there so early on in the round.
Oh my... Chiron is in the absolute god spot in that position. He can hear rotates, he won't be expected, but the timing between him and Rusty and Chiron and getting the other impact is just unbelievable. But again, GODSENT with this passive approach towards middle, it can only work for so long until Chiron consistently gets in positions like that, right? So GODSENT have really got to think to themselves in the next upcoming gun rounds. I won't expect for them to think that looking for Org are going to buy this round. It's quite a ballsy decision, but I think GODSENT need to do something more aggressive towards middle, or as you said, they did the good aggression towards ramp, but maybe an early apps pick towards, early AWP pick towards apps rather, or some sort of lowest play could really sort them well in towards the next gun round, or maybe even a mid-round aggression this round could stifle the mid play coming out from looking for Org.
They're starting to run out of time here in the half. They've certainly started to run out of utility here in the round. They have 1 flashbang left remaining. Couple smokes, couple mollies. I feel like this is a must-win round for LFO, and they have been able to open up with the first frag here. AV takes down the aggressing Rusty. GODSENT look to continue to try and make moves across the board, considering the fact they aren't really contesting middle. But Alifo have done a good job of punishing that. You think about the fact they killed Plopsky aggressing A ramp last round. This time they kill Rusty, but Joel, he's a man on a mission right now. Catches lightning in transition. Yes, good shots indeed. That's the C4 dropped information secured. Spade 8 tries to phase through the smoke, but he gets caught as well. Chiron again lurking behind enemy lines. Makes his way in towards the B site. The problem is, Nick, someone still has to get the bomb to make good of this position.
It's the same ordeal that we had the previous round. However, I do think Chiron, if he peers towards E-Box here, Draken's going to be...
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Maybe he thinks there's a player playing deep. Draken's going to throw a nade, and now you just step him, right? You just step him with the nade being thrown. But Chiron's still playing this so passively, and his teammates are going to be able to regroup. But that's the bomb. He spotted the bomb towards Lowers. He kills Draken, but there's going to be a guy close towards Market, and he's dead. And now all of a sudden, Chiron's progressed position. It doesn't reap all the benefits of the rewards.
Time.
Oh, my goodness.
LFO are falling apart at the seams here, mate. They're getting in good positions. That's the thing. It kind of feels like the 9-1 scoreline doesn't really do them justice, right? Because they're getting in good positions, but they're not able to convert those good positions into round wins.
And I mean, I hate to bring it up repeatedly, but again, the passiveness from GODSENT is good, right? There is a goodness from it. However, you got to think to yourself, you got to play like both sides of the coin. How often are you letting Chiron get into these positions where if he makes a different decision, the round could be completely different. The complexion of the round could change completely. Draken dies early, and again, like if the bomb wasn't dropped in such a precarious position, that could be a superb played out round from looking for Org. But because of how things progressed, Chiron not making, obviously we can see with the x-ray, so we know it wasn't the correct decision, but you can understand why he's playing passive. There might be a guy holding deep cat, he's holding the bench cross, and all of a sudden Chiron peeks, left eye peek, the guy sees him first, and Chiron can lose that gunfight. But GODSENT, they're playing this passive towards middle, and I do think they need some sort of aggression or some sort of early round play to get sort of information that isn't towards the A area of the map, whether it's a lowers aggression or an early apps pick, could work them super well. But I mean, I say as if GODSENT are playing bad, but I mean they're 9-1 up and they're winning these rounds, and super important for them. And we've spoken about how poor they've been on this map as of recent, and they're looking good.
The thing is, I'd also say they're winning a lot of these rounds because they're punishing the mistakes from LFO. It's not so much because they're consistently setting themselves up well. What do you like about this, Nick?
This crisscross towards middle, with Draken posting towards top mid and Rusty holding towards bottom. They were able to molly the window smoke, which gave them a gap. And now Spade 8, I doubt he's going to be looking towards this position towards middle. He's going to throw the top con smoke, but the timing comes out.
Rusty.
Peek towards lowers. Rusty, one, he's got two. The fact that he got two is a crime, but Draken's missed 3 or 4 AWP shots in a row, so that's not great.
Yeah. I mean, round should have been dead and buried, ultimately. Draken has kind of given LFO away back into this, and in the meantime, AV's made his way through the B-bomb side on towards Catwalk. LFO, they're very much in this round right now. Plopsky wants to finish off Spade 8, and he will, but, yeah, wait. Okay, there was another kill that came through in the meantime there. I didn't actually even catch that, so it's a 2v2. Bomb plant to come through. This is actually one of the best positions LFO have been in a decent amount of time. Draken and Plopsky to clutch. Draken almost owes this one to his team right now after fumbling those shots in middle. There's kits in play, there's utility here as well. Both players retaking coming through from market right now. AV towards Cat. Chiron playing behind the pillar. Peeks out on a timing. Plopsky buries the bullet in his brain. AV's fairly low, so he can't really afford to take a fair gunfight. They cross in towards him. Kill on the first found. AV brought even lower. Plopsky just has to stick to the defuse, but it's not even going to be an option as LFO win the half by.
And we were speaking about the positions LFO were getting in prior to that and how good the positions were, and there were such power spots. And now, essentially, GODSENT were the architects of their own downfall, right? If Draken hits one of those shots towards top middle instead of squandering his opportunity with 3 or 4, the round looks completely different. But essentially, he's going to cry, he's going to wipe his tears with those missed AWP shots, and that allows looking for Org a route back into this game. And all of a sudden, look at the money of GODSENT. If they lose this round, they double eco territory, and looking for Org might be right back into the game. Oh,
yeah, we could have a 9-6 on the cards, although, yeah, that's a really clean kill coming through from the FAMAS. Spade 8 immediately dealt with. Like you say, though, there's still a way for LFO to crowbar their way back into this half, but Draken is going to do his utmost to ensure that it doesn't happen. Chiron looking to try and peer above the smoke. but the timing couldn't have been worse for him, and it looks like GODSENT are going to be straight back to winning ways. Zalifo will be sent straight back to square one, mate. It's snakes and ladders, and these guys are just landing on the snakes round after round right now, back to the beginning. They haven't been able to build any momentum. That's a nice shot there from AV, but I don't think he's going to be expecting Draken to be in this deep position, considering he got a kill on Catwalk not long ago.
He's going to mantle out. Draken's going to get the sound cue. Hello? He missed. He knows where he is. Oh my god, AW. And now ZTR doesn't know whether it's good for him to push forward or not, but they do have this pinch coming in from a cat player, I believe. ZTR spotted the gun barrel. Oh, it's an Apps flank. So Joel should be the reassurance in this round. ZTR knows exactly where both players are. He knows one's on the floor, one's up. ZTR knows where the last guy is. He's just going to step him, goes wide, but he loses the gunfight. Joel loses the gunfight as well, and oh my god!
What have we just seen? A 1v3 out of absolutely nowhere from AV. Beautiful preparation there. Finds the first frag, pivots towards apartments to get the trade, and then immediately prepared for the player to come through from markets as well. That could be a vital blow being dealt. AV has been the one shining light here for LFO so far in Mirage. And boy, does he shine bright in that clutch.
Oh my, I thought Joel was going to be the reassurance in that round. I thought that was cut and dry, and Matt, again, another 5v3 that has gone the way of looking for Orc. 2 of their round wins out of their 3, that's 67%. Never do maths on stream, but 2 of them have come from 3v5s. 2 of them massive mistakes from GODSENT, and now they're full USPs. Their buy in the next round isn't going to be too great, and they found them out towards A. They're going to get the bomb plant. There shouldn't really be much to say about this one, and it looks like looking for Orc have a route back into this game.
Yeah, but mate, I mean, that's such a blunder from GODSENT. They knew exactly where the remaining player was. ZTR swung too early. He didn't give enough time for the player flanking through apartments to peek at the exact same time, so there was enough time there from AV to get the first kill on ZTR, then pivot for the apartments player, and get the third player as well. I mean, that was a masterful clutch coming through from him. Now GODSENT had to eco, 9-4, gifted away. And it is going to be, I mean, I'm backing the 9-6 here, mate. I'm backing the 9-6 recovery from LFO.
And you were talking previously about the mental state that GODSENT will find themselves in when they're 6-1, 7-1, 8-1 up, right? And now all of a sudden, you were able to get rid of that 3v5 you lost because you were able to recover pretty well. And now all of a sudden, you lose another 3v5, you lose a round on top of that because of the economy situation. And now your 9-1 scoreline has all of a sudden jumped straight up to a 9-4. And as you said, you're staring down the barrel of a 9-6. If GODSENT lose this round, their money into the next isn't going to be too great. Yes, they'll be able to muster up a buy, but I think 9-6 is pretty likely. However, if GODSENT are able to do some sort of aggressive thing towards the middle, get the opening kills, which they have been doing so with these catch jumps from Joel and TTR, they might find themselves in good stead. Just like 9-6 is on the cards, so is 11-4.
Yeah, true. Does look like we're seeing a change up in the approacher from LFO, by the way. We haven't seen this once yet throughout the entire half, besides for their eco round. This time they've got all the bells and all the whistles set up for a big executing towards the B-bomb side. There's a lot of information that's been found here for the T side. In the meantime, ZTR, he should have had that kill every single day of the week, but Chiron will best him. And that's actually going to change the approach here from the T side now because of Chiron's position.
Oh, but Draken. Good gunfight to win, but he gets tagged so low. So now Chiron's in window. Rusty is traversing the market. They still got 2 players towards B rather. Joel's got a kill towards Catwalk. Rusty now has the crosses S-Fade 8. If he's none the wiser, Rusty should be winning the gunfight. He does. He pivots 180. Chiron gets the kill. Joel's now 13 HP stuck at the back of the bomb site. And Chiron's hunting him down. He can smell blood in the water, but Joel wins that gunfight. How is that possible? Lightning 1v3 turned 1v2.
Such smart repositioning there from Joel, mate. He barely had any room to maneuver. Lightning in the clutch, trying to make good of the 1v3 from AV earlier on to continue to build on that hard work. He's in the middle right now, out in the open. Combat AWPing coming through from him. Again, he's actually wisely repositioned as well. He catches Draken completely off guard. Then he resides in the smoke, looks to play the long game. Pops, he has the read, he has the shots, he has the spray, and he has the frag. Wow, what a chaotic round, but it's going to be GODSENT who walk away with the win.
I mean, fights towards A, fights towards B, such chaos across the map, and Chiron finally found that impact with his power position. 2 frags in the round, but I mean, Joel was the knight in shining armor for GODSENT, right? He was able to not only get 1 kill towards bench, tag down low. If he loses that gunfight towards Chiron, the round is done. It's finished, just looking for org. But the fact, looking for orgs rather, but the fact that he wins that next gunfight towards Chiron means that they were able to pull out that 2v1 retake against Lightning. Unfortunately, Lightning, for his sake, couldn't win that 1v3. And now we're talking about 9-6, 10-5 as best case scenario for looking for org, but GODSENT are looking for that 11-4. Oh my god.
Yeah, AB is
oh my
in
god!
control. Is he stoppable? I don't think they can stop this guy right now. Plopsky, he'll get cut down as well. And there we go, 10-5. We had a 10-5 halftime scoreline in the first map as well, and that's absolutely going to be the case here once again. Imagine if they didn't have AB playing at this level, by the way.
This guy just ran mid, he killed Drake and Jumping Cat, and then he ran through a window smoke and killed Joel. Oh my goodness. AV is taking every single round by the scruff of his neck.
He's pugging out right now, and it's actually one of the only reasons that they're in this as competitively as they are right now. I think it's actually really important that GODSENT have a 10-5 halftime scoreline, and we'll see if they can make good of that in the second half.
Just think about it twice. Yeah. Say it like you mean it, I don't fake it and believe it when I see it. But for now, I just be breathing, doing nothing. I won't give in if you won't make a move right now. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, now it's busy. You know we always can go easy. We can go easy, but you should let me know. I've been giving clues and you're acting all blind, trying to make some moves, but you're staying behind. How come you don't get it when I say it like that? Like that, like that, like that. I've been giving clues and you're acting all blind, trying to make some moves, but you're staying behind. How come you don't get it when I say it like that? Like that, like that, like that. Oh, why do we go 360? You're hesitating, always busy. You know we always can go easy. Won't you let me know? Why do we go 360? You're hesitating, always busy. You know we always can go easy.
We are back. Second half of the second map underway. LFO have given themselves a very slight chance here, Nick, as they salvaged 5 from the first half. They were down 9-1 at one point, but they carry 5 into the second half. Let's see if they can make good of that. Pistol round underway. GODSENT set themselves up for a big execution towards the B bomb side. HE grenade touches down. Damage to Plopsky. AV with the crossfire along with Smet find the first frag. GODSENT continue to snowball in towards this B bomb site. Fight breaking out left, right, and center. Kills going the way of the CT side for the most part. Rotations have come through thick and fast. It's only Plopsky left remaining, and surely not for much longer.
And no, he does have Kevlar, he's got a flash, but there's 2 players playing together for LFO mean that it's going to be super tough for Plopsky to single out these gunfights. If one of them gets a bit wide on their jiggle, but now that he's been spotted out and this player towards Cat, should be the nail in the coffin for Plopsky, but he's maneuvering well around this empty pillar. Smet is just teasing him a bit with the barrel of his USP. Plopsky thinks he might have it in him. Oh, but he's got the timing on the cross. The guy, he bunkered in towards Cat. He's taking off his silencer. He doesn't know where the last guy is. He thinks it's an apps flank, but he sees him now. Oh my goodness, 25. He thinks him low. Oh my god, dude. First it was AV, second it was Plopsky. What an important 1v2 victory. We spoke about GODSENT's lack of T-side preparation, or rather not preparation, but skill on this map. They rely on their CT sides. They get most of their rounds in that, but Plopsky gets the T-side pistol. That's both pistols going the way of GODSENT, and it puts them in good stead for the second half.
What a ridiculous clutch coming through from Plopsky though, mate. I mean, he was ironically the player brought down lowest when they were actually pushing through apartments. He was the one who caught the HE grenade. And it was such a difficult 1v2 because it's not like he was given any frags for free. He had to innovate, create, and he was able to actually get himself that first kill as he walked around the pillar. But it's not like he even knew where the second player was. Low health, lands an incredibly clean one-tap. It's a force buy from LFO in response. Smet up close towards ramp. He's been baited in now. Oh, Joel, are you kidding? What is that adjustment coming through? He was shooting at the player towards triple. And in the blink of an eye, Smet's head gets ripped off, but the round is not done yet.
And with the scouts on Lightning could do God's work. Oh, bit of an extension towards the CT. Joel's trying to take this fight into Chiron. Does he win it? He does, but AW comes through the smoke. He gets another. This is 2 kills coming fast from AW, but he's low. Rusty knows his position and gets the kill, and things were scrappy for GODSENT going that round. The fact that Looking for All got the opening kill, but that flick from Joel from triple to close ramp was unbelievable, and ultimately if that kill goes the way of LFO, the round would look completely different. But again, these GODSENT, we don't talk about the individual superiority, especially in comparison to Looking for Org, but the fact is that they're winning these rounds. Gunfights are going their way, and ultimately rounds are going their way. 12-5 to GODSENT.
They're gonna get what, $2,900 when they lose this round, right? They've fought pretty deep here, man. I mean, they won't have an AWP, and there'll be lights on utility as well. Chiron has a hero rifle, but he's on the wrong side of the map. AV's done damage, and he's found a kill. So maybe they found a way to get a foot into the door here in the round, but it shouldn't be likely. Especially with the bomb plant coming through. AV cut down his big flank as well. 2 players on that flank, and then 2 players catwalk. If you're Chiron at this point though, Nick, you just head to the hills, right? You just save the M4. You don't have any business in feeding this one out. You just need to ensure you carry that rifle into the next.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more. And if he's greedy and he sticks around and loses this M4, that means next round's buy for Looking for Org might be really, really, really tough. And it does look like he is going to choose to stick around, see if he can find a player exiting, which I don't think it's worth it at all. It's not really worth the risk. Rather just run, hunker, bunker down into whatever corner you can find. Good round coming up from GODSENT. I really like the approach towards B on anti-ecos. You let the MAC-10 go way far ahead. If there's a stack there, they can get caught out. But because the MAC-10 goes so far ahead, he's able to clear it out. Even though the other people are there for support, ultimately ZTR can get the information. The site's clear. Even though the second player, I can't remember who it was, got 1-deagged by AV in the market window. Overall, really good anti-eco. 4 players stay up. They do have that MAC-10 that they've kept from the previous, so it'll be interesting to see if that is a fast play with the MAC-10 towards somewhere, but it's a full buy coming out from Looking for Org, and Lightning has got the Lightning Strike, even though I wish it was. It would have been cool if it did, but he's got the AWP.
Missed opportunity there, Lightning. Come on, bro. Surely, right? Either way, Rusty's taking a lot of damage here to utility at the start of the round. Actually, a really well-rounded performance coming through from GODSENT here so far on the map. Everybody chipping in. Kill delta between 18 and 12 kills. Or have a look at Spade 8's position, mate. There's no way they clear this. You just don't clear this
Rusty's
corner so
clearing it.
early on the round. No, he's not. He is not, Nicholas. And as a result, it is going to be a double kill for Spade 8. He did look, but not all the way. It was almost just going through the motions. And it is a great start here to the gun round and to, well, Aleppo's campaign in the second half. They couldn't afford to lose this round, right? You lose this round, it's map and series over.
Yeah, I agree tenfold. Oh, it's so tough because it's one of those like subconscious clears where you think in your mind there could be a guy there, but at the back of your mind you're also thinking, nah, no ways there's a guy there, right? So you glance at it without properly clearing it, and I'm really surprised because it was in his idea to like look towards the left, and if you're gonna give a little bit of a half-assed clear, surely you just go the full way, and he's got the A1S, the barrel sticks out extra, but I mean, 2 kills coming out at the top of middle completely nullifies the approach from GODSENT. Draken does get a consolation, but we all know he's trying to save towards Palace. He does have a full belt of utility, so you can maybe drop a smoke towards one area, drop a molly towards the other, just making sure that he can keep this up. That is if looking for Orc choose to go hunting, but this is, as you said, a super important round for looking for Orc to win, right? If they were to lose this, it would be super tough. He does drop the smoke towards one end. He's not going to have the timing to drop the molly, so I think it's super tough for him to... Oh, I barely even saw Smet killed him from behind. I was about to say, oh my god, what a shot. But it was Smet from behind, and Draken, no luck with the saving of that AK, and the money for GODSENT isn't looking too great. Maybe there's a hero AK. Okay, they are going to choose to full buy with this, actually.
Yeah.
I thought they might have gone for a hero AK approach, but it looks like they're going to go for the full investment.
I think because they would have been able to afford a full buy in the next, there could have been a case to be made for them to actually just half buy here, get a hero AK, and then buy in the next round. But they've decided to go all in instead. And they've prioritized utility heavily here instead of going for firepower. I'm sure you're a fan of that.
I am a really big fan of it. I think letting the pistols go first, but it does actually look like the pistols are going to be the support players and letting the rifles go first. And towards A, you do want to make that the case, take the rifles taking the long duels, but Smet's not even blind towards CT. The molly hasn't even landed yet, and they're trying to cross towards triple. Means that the opening kill goes towards looking for Orc. Now GODSENT have to make some sort of hero play. Flash through smoke, flash through taking dry fights together. They need to make sure they can get some sort of map control or kills going their way before they get the bomb down. They don't even get the bomb down, it gets spammed.
Yeah, actually a bit of an unorthodox plant position coming through there from Draken, but there's a couple kills that have come back in response here from the T side. It was a 5v3, now a 3v3. All 3 of the remaining players coming through from CT. Joel doesn't realize one has already crossed in towards default. This is so awkward now for the T side. Joel pushes forward, but the round will go the way of Aleppo. That was touch and go at one point, but they will walk away with the victory.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea from GODSENT, I do. Giving the rifles the long lines to take the fight with and the pistols doing the supporting utility and maybe flashing the rifles through. However, they didn't have a flash for that CT position behind Ticket. Usually you should flash there and then molly so you can cross there towards the front of triple and sandwich to take those fights towards stairs. You can flash anywhere above stairs, which not only doesn't blind your teammates, but it blinds the guy Ticket and it blinds the guy stairs. So it's a flash that covers all your bases. Unfortunately, that wasn't there for GODSENT, and because of that, Chiron got a couple kills towards CT. That nullified the approach completely from GODSENT, and even though there was a little glimmer of hope, Aleppo were able to clear it out, and now it's a full eco from GODSENT. We're looking at 13-8 for a scoreline that was 9-1, Matt. I do remind you, it was 9-1.
That's true. Aleppo have certainly got themselves in the conversation here. They start to make it competitive on Mirage. I will go back to making the point of the plant position there from Draken. Normally, you would be hugging the triple box, where he was kind of planting closer to reverse default, front to default type of thing. That's an ace there from Chiron. I mean, he has been incredibly quiet by his standard. I think, coming in as the stand-in by far and wide, the most well-recognized name on Aleppo, hasn't really been able to live up to that expectation so far.
Yeah, especially he was quite dormant on Ancient as well. We spoke about the key players for LFO. Obviously, it was going to be Supra prior to this game starting, but now that they've got Chiron in, AV has been someone who seriously stepped up to the plate. Lightning is still warming up. You want your AWPer to be firing on all cylinders, especially on CT side Mirage, but we're looking at a fast play towards middle from GODSENT. Chiron's caught in no man's land, but Spade 8 can get the trades out. Plopsky's gone 4v4. They do have that player towards Delpan towards top middle, which is a super power spot. You can put pressure towards A, pressure towards B. ZTR can work, knowing that there might be eyes drawn towards either of those areas of the map. And I think he's going to be the X factor as to whether GODSENT can win this round or not. If he's found out, it's going to be a looking for Org 9th. If he's not found out and he's able to shoot some players in the back, we're looking at a GODSENT 14th.
Yeah, you hope you kind of get somebody in transition, right? You catch a rotator coming through middle unaware, but you do still rely on your teammates to get you into that winnable position first. So before ZTR can really be activated in that position, he needs his teammates to successfully get onto one of the sites.
And he looks like he's going to be drawing the contact first. He's contacted out there. They do have another player coming through towards lower, so it does look like it's going to be a 2-man connector, 1-man ramp, 1-man palace sort of split. The numbers are spread sort of thin, and this purely comes down to the aim duels. Whoever wins the first aim duel in this round, I'm fairly confident is going to win the round. As soon as
what's awkward is Draken has the bomb towards ramp though, mate, so if he goes down, that's going to be really rough for GODSENT. There's only 30 seconds left here.
Oh, they know where two of these guys are. They know one's towards CT, one's towards Sandwich. These two guys, there we go. I'm going to say it. GODSENT should win this round.
Oh, don't get ahead of yourself, mate. Oh, ZTR
Kobe
catches the player with the nade out. No Kobe today. 14 seconds left. The flash has blinded the T player as well. ZTR, he gains his vision just before Lightning does. And that means ZTR will strike. It's all on AV. They nearly line up for him there, but Draken will say enough of this. He steps out and finishes off the round. You were bang on the money there, Nick. Opening kill in terms of the entry into the bomb site goes where GODSENT, and they convert the round from there. And it could have easily just as gone the other way, right? Because if Draken falls to the player swinging out of that sandwich smoke, then I don't know how GODSENT would recover that with the time left remaining.
It's the big risk you play if you GODSENT, right? You spread your numbers so thin towards the map. 2 guys con, 1 guy palace, 1 guy ramp. As soon as one of you die, the round becomes super tough to win. But as soon as it goes the opposite way, you're attacking the bomb site from so many different areas. You're pincering it from 3 different areas, which is it's not normal, right? And the CTs find it really tough to defend it, and GODSENT ultimately get the 14th. And looking for a full buy into this, which I think is the correct decision. You're not really going to want to take this too conservatively and play for overtime. They full bought into this. If they lose this round, we're looking at a symmetrical scoreline as to what we saw in the first map. If GODSENT win this at 15-8, the money towards the next round for LFO is not looking good. So it might be a 16-8 scores on the cards, but that's all if, and it's a big if, Matt, a big if GODSENT can win this round.
A lot hinges on this here. I mean, GODSENT still have a lot of breathing room either way. LFO certainly not. Must-win round coming through here for them.
And the map is quiet. There's nothing. You can hear a pin drop, a couple nades being thrown, mid controls being taken.
Big kill.
And who's getting taken? Joel's getting his head taken off by AV. Player that stepped up, 2 kills going the way. Rusty's answered back, so maybe GODSENT can cook.
Oh my goodness. Rusty knows his position's already compromised, so there's no need for him to play the discreet option here anymore. He's trying to take the attention away from his teammates, potentially, but Plopsky gets caught on a swivel. Rusty falls as well, and there we go. LFO have done it at the bare minimum. They've kept themselves alive here, Nick. 14-9. Born off that initial AWP kill, then the frag and catwalk. Everything else starts to fall into place from there. And Draken's dead. So there we go, with good reason. You look at the money here for the T side, they're going to have to eco.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at that loss bonus, 2.4k, so you do think someone like Draken, he might be able to drop an AK over and someone get Kevlar to do some sort of economical damage towards the side of looking for Org. Either you can go for that approach, or because he is the AWPer, you don't really want him to buy down too low. You want to make sure you can get the AWP in the next round. They're just going to go for a couple upgraded pistols. I say a couple. There's one. That's on Joel. He's been the heavy hitter. Draken's played super well this game. The B anchor Rusty's also been playing well. We've seen a bit of a drop-off from the first map from Plopsky and ZTR, but it's not to say that that's expected, but you don't really blame them. There are the players that are meant to be these heavy hitters, and Draken and Joel are at least being the players that are carrying that mantle, but it does essentially come down to them as to whether they can pull GODSENT over this line.
I mean, the job's not done yet. They're just 2 rounds away from winning the series and progressing through to the next stage of the upper bracket. But LFO are looking increasingly better as the map is going on. They're aging pretty well right now.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, I thought this round was going to be cut and dry. 2-1 leagues go in the way of GODSENT, but they do have this flank coming out from looking for Orc, that is. The smoke towards Market. He's made it puffy, he's made it big. Lightning's dead again. They know that the flank is coming in. Draken on the Deagle misses his first shot, but ZTR has got an AK, no Kevlar. He loses the gunfight. They know Draken's position, at least roughly where he is, and with this Deagle, it's going to be super tough for him to win the round. They double peek it together. S-Fade takes off Draken's head. Really good bomb plant, really good economical damage, so it does make things a bit touch and go for LFO. Yes, they'll be able to build up that bank a little bit, but as soon as they lose the first round, obviously being the 15th of GODSENT, if they were to lose it, that money becomes super precarious, becomes really tough for them to start making that comeback. But overall, a pretty successful round for all things considered for GODSENT getting that bomb plant.
Yeah, and it looks like they've been able to hold on to just enough money here to secure a buy in a round if they do lose. I mean, what's the round loss bonus? $1,400. So if they do lose this one, it would still be pretty dire for them in the next. This is GODSENT's opportunity, right, to deal that killing blow. It's going to be aggression in towards middle coming through from them as well. Early on in the round, ZTR's progressed towards connector, but will decide continuing to pursue that position. There is a player who's gone into ladder room early on here as well for the CT side. That's Chiron, who is boosted up. Okay, GODSENT have good middle control very early on in the round. We saw LFO in a similar position a lot throughout their T side. GODSENT opted not to contest. Will it be something similar here with the roles reversed? Chiron opens up. Great first frag for the CT side.
And the big thing is that there's no real response from GODSENT, right? No one's in a position to trade, to push, to work in air of the other side of the map. But it does look like they are going to end with some sort of a B split. So it does come down to whether Chiron is still going to get stifled towards this position. There are two people set up towards this B site. One with an AVP. Lightning fast killing Joel. He re-peeks again, but AW's position, no ways you're going to clear that. Giving the guy back towards empty pillar. ZTR does win that frag, so they... Ooh, never mind. I was going to say if ZTR were able to win the next, could be on the money. But Draken's turned it from a 1v3 to a 1v2. AW's position's known. Oh, the no-scope! 1v1. You can hear a pin drop throughout the map. Draken is scoped up and he gets the cross, but he misses it.
No! Not like this, Nick. Not like this, Draken. So much damage done by the HE. There's a kit for Smet, so time he has it. Incendiary, not on the mark. Draken misses another. And now he's going to stick the defuse. Smet punching in the digits. Draken hoping and praying it's a fake, but it absolutely isn't. Draken's heart will sink into the floor. Smet looks to force the issue. Time will run out, but Draken, he was gifted that first shot as he was jumping out of the market window, Nick. It's the Draken effect.
Oh my gosh, dude. The fact, and he played it so well. Everything was good. The position he found himself in the post plant was super strong. He had a good read as to where the opponent was coming from, and it's to put it frankly, he missed a sitter, an absolute sitter. He's jumping out of the market window. He can take his time. There knows that there needs to be at least a decent amount of time for the looking for Orc player to drop on the floor, get that accuracy back in his weapon. But Draken essentially just rushed it, right? Not only missed that, but then again another shoulder peak that goes awry. Oh my goodness, Draken. Two key shots, two ways in which he could have won that round for GODSENT, giving them the 15th round, but he's allowed them yet again, that is LFO, a route back into this game. He hasn't bought any other utility besides a smoke and a flash, unless he's been dropped. No, the HUD would pick up that he's been dropped stuff. So maybe it's some sort of a fast play. He's going fast towards Palace or Ramp, looking for a pick, looking to open the round up.
Might have dropped some useful in spawn, perhaps. That's the only other thing I could think of.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But GODSENT, they're going to start to feel the heat. They're going to start to feel the pressure now, Nick. They were leading comfortably at 14-8, but now they're starting to stutter as they get closer and closer to the finish line.
The pressure given from GODSENT this round, they put the pressure towards mid, make it look like a normal mid default. They deny the mollo towards the top mid boxes that is often coming out from the CTs. But in the meantime, Draken as well as three teammates are putting pressure towards the A site. They get that kill, and instead of going off of it, they know Plopsky's got a position towards middle. They just choose to fall back. They're regrouping towards this B bomb site, and now LFO's position is as bad as it can be. They stuck 2-2. It used to be 2-1. It used to be 1-1-2 rather, which would have been even worse. 2-2 is their best case scenario in this sort of situation. And now AW, he gets that opening kill, which might set themselves up into good stead. But Rusty's mantling on top of the van means that AW's in a tough position, and ZTR steps up to the plate. Plopsky's lurk is absolute creme de la creme Counter-Strike, and now it's Lightning scratching his head. He's like, teammates, where have you gone? Where have you gone? 15 on the board, it looks like, for GODSENT.
He's just been watching the kill feed, and he's just seen that his teammates have continued to die, and he will follow the same fate. But Nick, I just want to talk about the mental fortitude there from GODSENT. I know that it was just Draken's mistake that ended up losing in the previous round, but they didn't let that get to them at all, and he didn't either. I mean, he found the oil in that round and the closing frag as well. He's 26 for 17, so it's not like he's having a stinker of a game. He's playing really well right now on Mirage, and he was able to just reset immediately after losing that elementary clutch, and as a result, GODSENT have gotten to 15, and look at the buy here for Aleppo Drake, and you can't hit the shots of them jumping out of market window, but you certainly can on the cross.
Oh my goodness. And we spoke about the economical situation that Aleppo found themselves in prior to this. It just looks like money isn't too good. They're going to go for straight A set piece. The flash from Plopsky is so good. Spade 8 none the wiser. Joel's super close to him. 2v5 unless Chiron goes massive, which he doesn't. It's AW in a 1v5. He's been the knight in shining armor for Aleppo. Have you heard about the time when AW won a 1v5? Have you heard about that time?
No, I haven't, because it didn't happen. Nice try, though. The manifestation was real, but in the end, it's going to be GODSENT who win 2-0. Comprehensive victory on Ancient. Mirage was a bit more of a grind. Huge props to Draken, though. I mean, we singled him out, obviously, when he missed a couple of elementary shots, but boy, did he have an impact.